quite flaky.
Yeah, I still miss Mimi Missile. She was
Yes.
For those of you that don't know, maybe you've come to the game a little later. Mimi was a member of the development and production team in St. Petersburg, and early on for many years, she was a big champion of competitive play. She was one of the reasons that we've gotten so many, the spectator mode, for example, she really championed that on the wargaming end. And of course, she left the company, I think 3 or 4 years ago now, but man, she was a huge help at getting things improved.
Yeah, she had a big impact. Because like she was, for example, one of the people behind the change. Like, do you remember we used to have to ram each other at the beginning of the match? The spectators. Yeah, she was one of the people who helped to end that.
Going all the way back to the day, you had to play as a streamer. You had to play as a carrier and torpedo yourself. Yes.
But the funny thing was, like, sometimes it would go wrong, and
yes,
it would take a long time to do it. And like
God.
like the match has started, and people are like shooting each other, and people are dying,
and you're still waiting
the
to
streamer
sink.
is still trying to.
Yeah, you're still waiting for your carrier to finish sinking. Yes, that's 100% right.
I remember it. I remember casting or watching Flambas casting King of the Sea, and he just couldn't kill himself.
Yes,
for some reason, like wasn't getting a flood or something, and there was like stuff happening in the background, and he's like panicking because he couldn't.
Yep. All right, now I'm going to finish going through the lineups here. I didn't get through Bison's lineup, so they're bringing Vermont, 4-cruiser lineup: Des Moines, Moscow, Marseille, Napoli. Nice round variety there, fronted by Gearing and Ragnar. So we're seeing very different destroyer choices on each team, but I'm betting questionable here. QT is a radar Yang, just because we played these guys yesterday, and that is his jam.
So on the TCs is the WRABT, that's WRABT. So they're on the north side, and they've got both destroyers over on the CCAP side as well, with Clubert and Yu Yang. Des Moines and Mosphera are going out to the 9-10 line. We've got the classic Montana position in the middle, which is mirrored by your Vermont down there.
I gotta say,
the BA side is going to be single cruisers.
I'm a little surprised to see both of these Bison destroyers heading for the 10 line. Now, Vert's Ragnar looks like he's going to set up kind of near the south side of sea here. Like, he's maybe not going to go all the way. But the Gearing, Exocet looks like he's going all the way.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting for the Yu Yang. So hang on, let's just check. So this is a radar Yu Yang. I was just checking.
Oh yes, absolutely.
So obviously you've got radar Yu Yang versus radar Ragnar. But the fact that you've got just 2 destroyers versus a single destroyer is going to be nasty for the Yu Yang if it gets caught out. But I noticed that Questionable Torp is being quite cautious and not running forwards, making sure that Florindi's Des Moines is very close behind.
Good early Moscow radar.
Kleber has been caught out.
Yep. Good early Moscow radar here from Bison's side. They get some good damage into Haruhi.
So Haruhi just caught the beach there and reversed. Actually, that reversing managed to let them juke a few shells. Those also miss. More in the air from the Marseille at the back.
They get another fire, I think.
A scratch there. Yeah.
Yep, another fire.
Is that perma?
Yeah,
it's perma for 15 seconds.
Yeah, he's just going to lose that much more HP.
After that, of course, the radar is unavailable, and the Kleber can maybe reverse back, although Cutest has gone quite a long way from the cab.
I see now the purpose of the gearing on this link. Yes, the Exocet smoke allows Fuda to move all the way over here to the 10 line. Now, I am surprised to see the Des Moines. I mean, we normally see Salem's take this position.
Yeah, that is true. I guess Salem is usually used when the team is expecting it to be a 1v1 situation, because Salem deals very well with 1v1 because of the super heal. If you're in a sort of many v many scrap, then I think Des Moines might be the better choice, because you can run the legendary upgrade, and that gives you better acceleration, lets you deal better with like rushes and things like that.
Exocet caught here by the radar. It's a 3-on-1 for him.
Yeah, it's not going to be nice there. Yu Yang is popping the radar. I think that might have been a bit of a panic radar, because I think they're spotting each other over the water.
Fuda's Des Moines now able to join this fight and get shells in on questionable, as is Vert's Ragnar. So Now it's not quite as lopsided, but man, Exocet is looking really bad.
Yeah, Exocet is unspotted. There's lots of shells in the air.
Oh, they get him.
They do get him.
The blind fire gets him.
That was a great kill.
Now QT's got to try to get out of here. Fuda's radar is available. He is really going to struggle to live through this. We might see a little bit of mutual destroyer annihilation. Certainly looks like we're going to. There comes the radar.
Using that border like crazy.
QT humping the border, still on double fires. Just now out of spotting. Here comes some Marseille shells. More Des Moines shells. They hit him with one. There, they get him. More blind fire gets him. So both teams picking up a blind fire destroyer kill right there.
Okay, so they do have one destroyer each left. So you've got the Ragnar on the Bison team, and you've got this Kleber, which is down to 8,200 on the TC side. On the other, I just want to point out on the 3 line, the Napoli for Bison is pushing up towards the A camp. With the Vermont, I was going to say chasing. Not really a verb that you can use for Vermont, but the Vermont will get there eventually.
Well, no, he is chasing. It's like watching a guy. It's like watching a guy on a mobile scooter chase somebody running away from him on foot, right? You know, it's like, wait, I'll come back. I'll catch up to you in a minute.
In counterpoint to that, look at the Montana.
Well, and the Vermont is setting up for a shot here, but the island's going to block him. The Vermont can see him now. They're radaring, knowing the Montana's in this gap, but the island is going to block Pikachu's shells. He has no shot there.
Yeah, this map has some very interesting design in terms of the placement of the islands and which gaps you can shoot through and which gaps you can't shoot through.
So this Moskva now going through the little Ralph Wiggum "I'm in danger" meme here, knowing this Montana is crawling up his stern.
Yeah, I wonder where this Moskva is going to go. I think I would turn left.
He has to turn left and go around the top side of the island.
Because Radiant's behind the island. And then would have to come forwards.
It's not comfortable, but I don't think he has a choice.
No, I mean, they do have that Marseille there, so if Radiant tries to come forwards, then the Marseille can maybe shoot. Okay, Moskva's just holding position at the moment. I'm not sure that's a great idea.
Oof, Bison taking a big hit right there.
Yeah.
Losing about half his
HP. The problem with Ragnar is that it's a big destroyer.
Yeah, she's got a big...
That makes it pretty easy to hit.
That's a big target.
No torp threat, of course, so Cabin Rovskin and the Montana doesn't have to worry about that.
Oh, and they get the reset on... Vert was almost... They were almost done capping.
Yep.
Vert now actually getting smashed by this Montana AP. Absolutely gutted. And the secondaries are going to kill him. Wow.
Ragnar is very strong in a number of situations.
That is not one of them. No, that is not one of them at all. You know, it reminds me of the olden days back when I used to play a lot of Benson in competitive play, and it was funny how often you would get smashed. This was back when Battleship AP could full pen a destroyer, and man, you got smashed. Yeah, you got smashed like that all the time.
Okay, so the
down
Marseille
2
also
ships
goes
now.
down. The Vermont is pushing onto the Kleber over on the B camp.
Is it just me, or does it feel like this Bison battleship is completely wasted?
It hasn't. Yeah, no,
it hasn't been shot at yet. Well, yeah, but it also doesn't feel like he's accomplished anything.
No, I think one of the problems with bringing a Vermont, especially on a map like this, is if you get unlucky with the way the enemy team distributes themselves, you just might not have anything to do because you can't reposition very well. That's the problem with it. It's got very, very heavy throw weight with its shells, but
Q just gets one torpedo off past the island, and it's just barely going to miss.
So the Kleber did get the cap, but the Vermont will obviously flip that back again, so that will be the Vermont's contribution.
Looking pretty rough for Team Bison. The Des Moines had that beautiful broadside on the Moskva. I watched those shells go in, and it's like, ow. They pushed that Moskva out. He's got nowhere to run. He's surrounded. Seems like it's all over with the crying here for Team Bison.
I see that the viewers are currently enjoying the Montana push.
That was a thing of beauty to watch.
The enemy is about to win.
Napoli is going to get into the A cap. Obviously, you've got the threat of the Kleber there, but that's not much health to play with if you're on a Kleber. If you're about to make a rush, you really want more than 6k. 745 to 355.
WRABT's done a really good job of managing the lower health pool ships they have on the board, right? Florindi's Des Moines could have gotten focused out and is still in the game. Cutest Kleber could have gotten focused out and is still in the game. Even the Nevsky over by himself. I mean, imagine a lone Nevsky holding this flank, and yet here we are.
Yeah, I think the sign of really experienced callers is that they know when to flip the purpose of a ship. So like you've got lots of health, you're going to do this, but now you've got less health. How you're going to play is going to change slightly. So the Klebers, for example, go from being potential rush ships, like torp rush ships, to being more kind of screening, spotting, stealth capping, things like that.
Now, maybe I made a statement a minute ago, right? I basically said Bison's team's kind of out of it. I'm maybe being a little unfair, right? This Vermont can still be hugely impactful if they can get him into the right position. But with a Vermont, that's always half the war, isn't it? Like that. He just takes a clean 20k off the Nevsky, basically through the bow, more or less ignoring his armor. I mean, you've still got a fairly spiral Napoli. Of course,
you've got a 40-second odd reload, and you know, especially if the player, I'm not saying the player is going to miss, but if the player misses a shot, that's
it's painful.
Yeah, so potentially the Vermont can kill the Nevsky on the next volley.
Bison has the opportunity here to convert a couple of kills. Now, I'm not saying that's going to get him back in, but it certainly isn't going to do him any. It certainly isn't going to hurt.
Yeah, that's one of the interesting things about this map, because it's very segmented because of the islands. You actually have the opportunity to make a comeback even though your ship's down, because you can get your ships together, isolate an enemy ship, and kill it. And if you do that enough times, you can equalize.
Looks like they are going to pick up the Napoli here. He's on double fires, and Pikachu's Vermont, the Poifix Nevsky has continued to charge this island and denied him these shots. They do bag the Napoli. At this point, I don't think there's anything that this poor Vermont can do.
Nope. I think, is the Nevsky going to burn? Hang on, wait. 19 seconds. It's going to be close.
It's going to be very close. A few shells are going to get in. Does he sneak one in? Nope. Nope. He flubbed the one shell that he might have been able to get in there. 780.
So
the fire burned out.
783.
Fire burned out. Wow.
No heals left, though, so that's it. Des Moines, Florindi is down to 1198. Goes down.
Getting a time extension there.
Did get I think that was the Des Moines, getting a fairly big hit on the Bison Des Moines as it died, down to 9-3. Shells out from the Montana of Cabanrosk from TC's team onto the Des Moines. This could be nasty.
Nope, he misses all of it.
No hits.
Actually, you might have gotten an overpin there, but certainly nothing useful. So now we have...
Okay, Vermont is jogging very slowly towards the Montana.
I was going to say, we have the American battleship versus the American faddleship as the Moskva comes out right in front of him. Wow. Whoa! Why would you do that? Why would you... I mean, look, you're winning the game, but let's not make it easier for them to get back in, okay? Wow.
We're going to call that a donation.
Yeah, seriously.
That was... I felt that. That was...
There went 60,000 hit points. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that player's going to spawn into their next match and immediately explode.
Yeah, like he's going to be feeling that one for the next 3 games. Now, of course, Pikachu now can get up and fix himself a cup of coffee and hit the head while he waits for his guns to reload. This Nevsky on 780 hit points. This just blows my mind. Just a thing of beauty.
I love how the Montana's like, hee, can't catch me.
Yeah, the Montana's like, you will never catch me, sir. I will move at 3/4 speed and you will never catch me.
Despite that cruiser deletion, I am really not convinced by this Vermont pick.
No. And it's funny, right? So here's kind of my thoughts, right? We have seen teams take Vermont in King of the Sea, and it can absolutely be an impactful ship. But the difference in King of the Sea is you get 2 battleship picks, right? So you're pairing the Vermont with something else. Taking Vermont as your only battleship on a 48-kilometer square map, that's rough. I won't say you're setting that player up for failure. You're definitely setting them up for frustration.
Yeah, absolutely.
That hurts. But wow, solid win for Team WRABT. They look good.
Yeah, absolutely. So that wasn't a 1-1 because apparently they had a bit of a delayed start. So that was, but it's ended in 2-0. So congratulations to TC's team. I guess I have to now go and find out what my team's up to. Although I don't think they'll start round 2 until round 1.